Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Need to Nerd podcast. My name's Paddy B. We're here gonna do some awesome talking today. This is episode 165. That's great. So, joining me on our adventure today, we have the one, the only, Mr. Spencer Howland Heezy.
What's up? Heezy in the house.
Heezy in the house.
What are we talking about today?
Spencer, we are talking about Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender. And you may think to yourself, oh, Avatar The Last Airbender, what do you mean? That's like a whole TV series. No, this is the movie that released, was it about a month ago? It's been out for like a month.
Yeah, not too long ago.
And yeah, we're here to talk about today. Spencer, what is our nerd fact of the week?
So we're actually going to replace the nerd fact of the week because I want to talk about right and wrong and like theft of material.
Mm-hmm.
And this was one of the things that I might have done my hardest to ever avoid spoilers for in my life. So those who don't know, somebody released the entire movie on the internet long before it came out, like a couple months, like I think almost 3 months ago.
Oh, it was only 3 months ago this happened. I seem to think that it was like
it might have been longer. It might have almost been longer. Honestly, I went so hard in like, do not share this with me. I don't want to see it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And you know, it's always to be like the cat's out of the bag. It's whatever now. There's also the side of like punishing Paramount for not releasing this in theaters and watching the stolen content, and I get that. I would say that the actors and the staff who worked on this were already upset enough about it not being in theaters. And if you want this type of content to continue, you can't support stolen content and, you know, ruin the release of something that I think we've waited for a long time. This is a story that, you know, we've wanted, you know, the type of story that we want to be told for years. And, you know, it's so easy to like be upset about the streaming world and the state of the way that the movie theater is and stuff like that. But I'm kind of curious, Patty, like you avoided this too. How did you avoid it at all if you didn't even know about it?
I don't know how I avoided like watching it, like, or even like a bunch of clips and stuff, because I am like chronically online, which is you know, good and a bad thing. But like, yeah, I knew this movie had came out. I was hoping that they would do a theatrical release so that it could.
I think they did do it in 2 theaters or something. They did.
Oh,
they did a small one.
Interesting. All right. Sorry. Maybe more like a broad theatrical release.
I mean, that's how it was made. So that's what they should have done. And we'll talk about that during the show for what it's worth. But
because like I definitely would have gone and paid to go see this movie. Right. Yeah. Like I guess that had to have been their fear, right? Is that it's technically available online, so people won't pay to see it. So
no. They had already announced that it was going to Paramount Plus before it was released. They were not going to do the theatrical release that was promised.
Gotcha. Yeah. Don't know how I dodged it, but I'm pretty glad I did. So, anywho, so just some quick housekeeping. If you like the show, make sure that you check out our Discord. We do a lot of awesome stuff in there. We share memes, let you kind of promote your stuff, talk about magic and all things nerds. Fantasy sports, that's where you'll come to join our fantasy sports league. I am getting that set up this week. And a small announcement for those who are local to us here in Utah, we're doing a little bit of cleanup and revamping our space. That's why I'm still I got my new desk set up, you know, and podcasting area, but we're hoping to have our space you know, ready to actually host folks live here at our house.
Nice.
Um, so that's pretty exciting. Um, but yeah, so definitely check out the Discord. Make sure you share the show too. We are on all the different apps: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Make sure you hype it up. It really does help grow and let other people know, what we do and grow our little community here.
Yeah.
Um, so Spencer, Aang or Avatar Aang: The Last Airbender. What is it?
Yeah. So this is set some years after the 100-Year War, and Aang and his friends are kind of adults now. They've built Republic City. They are on a council building up the world. You've got the leader of the fire, the king of the Fire Nation, the Fire Lord Zuko in his place. You've got Toph teaching people how to metal bend. You've got, you've got Katara living as that head of the council, and I don't even know if she's head. I think she might just be a council member, but kind of living their adult lives while Aang kind of is in this world right now where he seems to be obsessed with building the culture of airbending back in some way, like even if it's just through teaching the culture or understanding the culture himself. And there is an opportunity that is presented to bring airbenders back, and the team kind of jumps on that and the adventure begins.
Awesome. So we kind of talked about this a little bit as far as like where you can consume it. It's not in a movie theater, but it is on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, the only way to consume it is on Paramount Plus. If you consume it any other way, I think it's a disservice to the I don't know, the people who made it. But this is kind of where I wanted to talk about this. I have nice TVs in my house. 4K TVs and stuff. I'm pretty sad that the place to consume this is Paramount Plus. Just kind of watching it, you can tell it was made for the big screen.
Yeah.
And I think Paramount Plus does this movie a disservice.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it is the place to watch it. And I don't know. I think it's fairly cheap as far as I know. Like, we don't like having all the different streaming services, and this Paramount Plus is one of the ones that
I think
I
it's
think
like
a lot of people
$3. It's actually
skip.
pretty
Yeah,
cheap.
it's really not bad, and we actually have our Paramount Plus through through Walmart. Yeah. Just because the gas discount and all the grocery delivery stuff is just so convenient there. It's a pretty easy way to get that service. So let's go into a little bit broad impressions. First memories of the show.
So I have watched the first 15 minutes of this twice, and then because I had eye surgery, I was like, I want to start this, and then my eyes were too tired, and then I watched it with the whole family. I was gonna watch it again last night, but other stuff came up, so I didn't get to. But kind of my first impressions of this is, one, it was made for the big screen. I'm gonna repeat that a lot.
Yeah.
Two, it did a really good job of bringing a confined story for Team Avatar to the big screen in a lot of ways. Like, it's kind of hard to kind of thread that needle after you've gone through seasonal stuff. I think, we talked a little bit about that in our Mando and Grogu review of it is kind of hard once you're used to the long form content to be restricted to a movie. But I really did think this did a really good job, and my first impression is like, dang, that was a really good movie. I'm going to watch it again.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you can definitely tell that it was right away from jump. As far as my first impressions, I did watch it last night. We were gonna go see a friend's play, but decided to do office revamp stuff and then kind of take a break and watch the movie. So, funnily enough, it was pretty late in the evening that we watched the movie. My wife made a massage bet with me of like if I, because a lot of these times when we watch movies pretty late, I fall asleep. That like it happens, and she
That
thought I,
surprises me zero.
yeah, right. Seriously, after uh that TikTok you sent me, yeah, no, I fall asleep pretty easy. So it was getting pretty late in the night, and she thought I was gonna fall asleep. I was like, no, I'm locked in, and I did not. I did not fall asleep. So that's already a plus. But I think what this movie did like really well too, to start things off was to get people who haven't necessarily watched Avatar: The Last Airbender and kind of let them know what's going on and give I think the like brief history and like highlights of what happened to get to this point was really good and concise, for someone who hasn't watched the show.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have any like overall impressions? Like we kind of combined them this time, but anything like I will say this might be a good time to mention as a 99 on Popcorn Score on Rotten Tomatoes. Like this is beloved, and I kind of mentioned it in my first impressions, but I was like, that was a really good movie. Like
Yeah.
not just like because I'm an Avatar fan, like it was just a good film.
Yes. Yeah, I think a lot of that will go into I know some of our like love it's like the reasons why I love it are make it the good movie, right? Stuff like that you're going to bring up as far as um, how the pace is and such. Yeah, I think overall like runtime is great. It's very clean and concise. Um, I like I kind of mentioned, you don't have to have watched. It's much certainly. I think it is much better if you've seen the show, right? But and you'll connect to a lot of those moments more. There's definitely stuff for if you've seen the show, uh, like the Avatar enthusiasts, the Cabbage Man, different things like that. Um,
Yeah, there were some fun Easter eggs. I mean, the Hot Man uh was like one of the funnier lines.
yeah,
So
that was pretty good. Um, and I'd even say like if you play Magic and have interacted with the Avatar set, you will get some of those Easter eggs from the cards.
yeah.
Like there's kind of that connection there. So
Speaking of
um,
spoilery stuff,
it is spoiler time, baby. So spoiler. This is your first and final spoiler warning. We are going to go into stuff with that. We dodged spoilers for long enough, so now we'll just kind of progress forward. So, Spencer, who was your favorite character?
uh, kind of as usual, Toph kind of just stole the show for me in a lot of ways.
She does that a lot.
She has the best one-liners. Again, she kind of has the her sarcasm is great, and her strength and the use of her bending and the way that she does things just really is impressive all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I really think, I mean, at some point during the show, I literally looked up at my wife and was like, Toph is the coolest member of Team Avatar. And, I felt that way for a long time. Like they're all cool in their own way, but like Toph is especially cool. She's just the coolest.
Yeah, I love that she's still just like trying to fight everybody, and it's just like I'm the greatest airbender on earth.
Earthbender, but yeah.
Yeah. What did I say? What bender did I say?
You said air, but it's okay.
I thought I said Earth. All right. Um,
Who's your favorite character?
yeah. My favorite character, oddly enough, is Katara. In this one, she is kind of that, like, centering, like, compass for Aang, which is really good for him. Kind of like reminding him, like, what the goal is. And also, she's just like in her era. Like, she is so powerful, and
You thought she was a baddie. You thought she was hot. Let's be real.
everyone is
We'll get into it later.
everyone is hot in this in this show. Okay, but particularly our Fire Lord. But no, yeah, everyone crushes it. But like, Katara is so powerful, and they show it.
Yeah, I think Katara is really good in this. One of the things that I really like about the characters, just as we're in characters, is everyone really feel like they added an adult side to their story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Zuko was more mature. Katara was a little more lighthearted, but still kind of the mom of the group.
Yeah.
Toph kept her sarcasm, but in a lot of ways, like, you know, left nothing to be desired in her, like, maturity. You know, she's not doing things out of spite anymore. She's doing things out of necessity. You know, and Aang, obviously, this is his movie. Like, this is his story.
Right.
So,
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Yeah. So let's go into our favorite storylines. So this is a segment where we talk about a storyline or arc that really resonated or connected with us. That was, kind of our favorite. I'll kick things off. For me, I think it was for me it was The Denied. I know, like, it, it's hard to have them as like a group. Um, they they were pretty powerful to start things off, right? Like, you can kind of tell, like, they really went toe to toe with Aang as a team. Um, but what I liked about their storyline in particular is just the idea that this group kind of began the divide between, benders and non-benders that takes place in the Korra series. That's such a, integral part of that story. So it's nice to kind of see that here as well, um, mixed in with the Lost Avatar um, stuff. What about you?
Well, I, what's interesting is, like, the Denied are, having them show up this early just means that, like, they've been growing for a lot longer than we think.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that is interesting. And, it makes you wonder, like, how many of the Denied survived? How many are, like, telling the story of, like, what Avatar Aang did? And, I don't know. So, for me, mine is a member of the Denied, and kind of, yeah, I'm really glad that this was included, is the only reason, really. But is it Kalik?
I'm not sure on the pronunciation. I'm really bad at that.
No, it's okay. She's the one that ends up being Avatar Aang's
like prodigy.
Not prodigy, but what is he calls her an acolyte, which I thought was funny. Kind of at the end, and kind of just her moment of, like, I really like a story where it's like the right time to do the right thing was when you did it, and the
Mm-hmm.
next best time is now, kind of thing. And she really highlights that the whole time, where she, she's questioning, and she's learning and growing, and it's easy to be sucked into hatred and fear and whatever, and being like, all right, what really is happening, what's really going on, and am I being honest with myself about the state for everyone and not just myself, and not just, you know, the things that are close to me, but the world around me. And I don't know. I think her storyline is good for showing that in a world where we need those type of people.
Definitely, yeah. That's a good statement as far as, you know, the best time was then, but now it's the best time is now.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So our next segment is our could be betters, right? So this is things that we think could be better, as you know, a way to improve rather than things that we like hate. Because if we hated something, we wouldn't be talking about it on the podcast. Um, you know, there are always things though that could be better. Um, so I'll start things off a little bit. For me, I have never really enjoyed how this show, be it Atla, Korra, or this, did the spirit world. Like it's so different and so crazy. It really took me out, particularly in this one. It took me out of the story where like I was like locked in as far as, you know, everything was very like smooth and, you know, had the same style. And then as soon as like um what's
The crab from Moana.
yeah, yeah, the crap, yeah, played by Taika Waititi, right? Like I did, like I I didn't want to. I was like, oh, that sounds like Taika, but like I wasn't like sure. Um, and you know, when Batista's character is bringing the spirit world into the regular world, things get a little weird. Uh, which that's their intent, right? Is to make you feel a little weird because it's not, you know, the human world. Uh, the only thing I like really enjoyed about the spirit world part was that there was kind of a nod to the chibi Toph. Um, I've seen that throughout like selling cards and stuff. There are a few different like chibi versions of things, um, so that was kind of cool. Um, but aside from that, it was
Okay.
kind of messy. Um, and while this voice cast was great, and I'll go into that in my love it's, um, I was kind of yearning for some of the OG cast. Like I know that like these characters are supposed to be more grown up, right? But like so have those other voice actors, and I think they could have done a great job, you know, with more of the OG folks who voiced these characters.
Yeah. So who in the original cast was in it and who wasn't?
I don't I think the only person that were the OG cast members were like the Cabbage Man and like I don't think they brought many people back at all.
I don't know. I didn't cross reference it, but I was curious if you knew.
Yeah, like it was weird not hearing Dante do Zuko.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um,
I do think the voice actors did a good job, so it didn't bug me too much. But
yeah,
it would have been nice to hear what they would have done with their adult characters. I agree.
yeah.
For me, I don't even remember the name of the avatar, but
Sonam,
the
I think it's Sonam, or the one whose staff it was. Sonam's staff.
no,
Oh, the bad guy.
no, the weird avatar that.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, let me finish my thought.
Sorry.
The weird Earthbender avatar that's like, oh, Sonam, the lost avatar. I was like, this dude was an avatar. Like, it's so. Listen, I don't think every avatar needs to be like some superhero badass or whatever. Sorry to swear, but like that dude looked like he would lose to Flea Flick. Like, that was not it. And I get, like, a lot of times in the writing of these guys, they do a lot of things for, like, comedic relief. Just didn't feel like, I don't know, it felt, the Avatar, you know, through their time is like this wise, learned, you know, intense person, and he was just goofy from the start. And I don't know.
Yeah, because that's just Ki Hui Kwan.
Okay.
He's you know, everywhere, everything, everywhere, all at once. He's so great. Yeah.
This one's not really mine, but my wife's that I agreed with. The next one is the Denai just knowing how to airbend 35 seconds after learning how to airbend.
Sure.
That was weird. I don't know, maybe it's the staff's power. I'm sure that there's like a reason for it. But it really felt like they should just be able to do like airbend punches and stuff. And they were doing like crazy stuff.
Yeah, I think with that, I totally get that. Yeah, because there's definitely a learning curve for everyone.
And no, like they could have been by numbers. It could have been, I don't know, like maybe their fighting techniques are in there a little bit, which I think that was the goal, but it just, it looked weird.
That was kind of like, you saw the one character from the archers basically like shooting without her arrow without a bow.
Yeah.
Which maybe it speaks to how powerful they were as non-benders.
Yeah.
That,
which is cool. I thought it was weird.
Yeah, for sure.
My next one is Suki. This is problematic. You can't have Suki be 1 second bit at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
What?
Just, yeah, like have her in there or don't at all. I get that.
What in the world was that? I don't even know if it was 1 second. It might have been less than 1 second. But it was insulting.
Yeah, you got this
like giving her less screen time than the Cabbage Man. That was wrong.
It's a disservice to Suki and how awesome she is.
I literally was sitting there, so I was like, I cannot believe they did not have Suki in this movie at all. Like at some point during the movie, and then they do that, and I'm like, that's so much worse than not having Suki in the movie.
Yeah, like I think because her and Sokka are together, right? So like,
I mean, I'd
assume so.
I don't know.
Yeah, but like that would have been a really good spot when he was like
before he left. He just
when
been
he gets
with him.
The thing from Aang, right? And he's like showing off to the kids, and like he could be, you know, exaggerating his stories as he does, and Suki could have been that like, no, it actually was like this. You know, like, this one's interesting.
Yeah, speaking of things that I said while watching the movie, when they talked about Appa being the last Sky Bison, I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's either in the comics or there's like something else that talks about Aang going on an adventure to and finding the Sky Bison, which is how we have Sky Bison in Legend of Korra.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that would be a really cool like mini TV series if we got that. Like that would be really fun seeing Aang go on an adventure to find the Sky Bison. And to have it thrown in the end like that was, I was like, man, that would have been cool to watch. That would have been a fun miniseries to watch. A couple of 15-minute episodes, maybe 4 of them. But instead it was like, we now have Sky Bison again. Yay! Which is whatever. Yep.
Yeah, so I get why it was put here as your could be better from that perspective.
Speaking of, what's your love it?
Yeah, right? I know, right? I loved about the Sky Bison ending that that has this feeling of, you know, you're not alone. And that kind of the moment I think was bigger for me Like I didn't know that was something that like
I don't know. I actually didn't read the comics. I think I owned some of them, but they got lost in a suitcase
mm,
traveling for a Magic the Gathering GP. Like I owned the first ones, all of like Knights of the Old Republic Revan comics, and like it was like the first comics I ever bought myself, and they all got lost on a Magic trip.
oh no.
But I don't know that was in the comics. I just thought it was.
Okay, sure. Gotcha. That makes sense. Um all right.
Wait,
So
what did you love about it though? You didn't say, you just said that you thought it was a bigger moment.
well, I just well that was the love it that you're not alone, right? And Appa's not Aang's not going to be alone anymore, and Appa's not going to be alone. Um,
Okay.
and it was really heartwarming that like you know that there are more sky bison.
What's your next love it?
My next love it is I mean I talked about it a little bit earlier how this whole cast is just attractive AF. Zuko did not have to be such a thirst trap, but he is, and I'm here for it, I guess.
That's so funny because I don't know that I thought about the attractiveness of Zuko or even Dave Bautista's character. Like,
Yeah,
I did like that line of like it's on the bone structure. That was good.
yeah, the
But
bone structure. Yeah, I mean, shout out to all the bisexuals out there. Just another one to add to the list of Panic. Yeah, because this movie, all the characters are just super attractive.
fair enough. I'll go next. I think the pacing of this movie was. I'm actually surprised how good the pacing was. There was. I know that you said you got taken out of it in the spirit world, but there was like. There were the slow moments were good when they were slow. The downtime was good. Like it was just like bop 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 ooh bop 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 ooh bop, bop. Like I don't know. It was so good. I yeah. The pacing was incredible.
Yeah, no, every moment like from different story to story, uh, it transitioned really well. Um, and I totally agree with that. So my next love it is Dave Batista. He gets to play a tattooed big guy. I kind of had a feeling like as soon as Aang broke him out of the ice, I was like, oh, he's not gonna do good things. He doesn't have the staff. Like this is not going to be a good thing. Um, I
Kind of.
loved
Can I add on to that?
yeah.
My wife's could be better. What she thought that it was too predictable.
Mm,
She
but
felt
he
like
was
she
going to be the
could
bad
predict
guy.
every beat,
Yeah,
and I the literally the second he came out of this, she's like, he's gonna be a bad guy.
yeah. It's hard to tell nowadays if that's just like our superpower or if something is too predictable. Um, but
I
so
also, I think about the world of Westworld, and people love that show, and I thought it was maybe the most predictable show of all time.
sure.
And it feels like Game of Thrones has got us to like feel like not being able to predict something makes us smart, or that makes it better.
Mm,
But like in the world of Westworld, that was the thing, is you felt smart for guessing or understanding the twist. So it just kind of depends.
sure. It was nice that he was able to teach. There was things that Aang learned like from Batista's character while you know he was misguided, right? They had very different. That does make a good villain is having different solutions to the same problem. right? Like uh, peacekeepers can be there are two sides to that word, right? So the Aang sees being a peacekeeper as one thing, and the peacekeepers in the Hunger Games are the bad guys, right? And it's more of a militant um, approach, which makes sense for Batista's character too. So um, that was really cool, and two sides of the same coin there. What's your next love it?
I'll kind of wrap up to, well, maybe actually, yeah, I'll wrap up too. I think the music and the visuals did really well together. One of the things that I really like is when a soundtrack or a score doesn't take me out of the movie, or when it adds to it. I don't know that this is like the best music I've ever seen in a film, but it matched the film and it enhanced the storytelling really well.
Mm-hmm.
And especially with how good the visuals were in this, they really complemented each other, and it was beautiful to watch.
Yes, definitely, 100%. The animation was so smooth. Like, uh, my my next love it is that we got a lot of high speed fighting, right? That was kind of rare on the OG show, but it kind of felt like a regular anime as far as like the speed and the way that the fighting was done, and part of that is just it's is aided by how good the visuals were.
Yeah, I love that. My next one's the writing. Um, it did feel like Avatar: The Last Airbender. The writing was kind of perfect for what you expect from this show,
Mm-hmm.
and um, it 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 was funny. It was fun. It was deep. It was perfect. It was amazing.
Yeah, the especially I loved that they kind of added a bunch to the lore with the writing too. Um, Having that like deep place of sorrow for Sonam, where you've got the one side of the spirit world, like the Avatar state, and um, where it's kind of a happy place. Having the other side of that, where there's this place of deep sorrow, um, I think was really beautiful and made a ton of sense.
Yeah, and why did you wonder why Avatar Roku wasn't there? But
Yeah, it's like, okay, I guess you made it to the good place.
the good place.
Oh yeah. Um, Next, I've got we talked about the animation. Great voice cast. Like, even I know we talked about the um, how I was kind of yearning for the OGs, but that I don't think discounts how awesome this cast did
Yeah.
with their performance.
It. I mean, I'll just go into that because I think that the voice cast, it felt like a fun adventure that mattered for multiple characters within the world. Like, it didn't feel like a departure. Like, it really did feel like an extension of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's attributed to the great voice acting and the writing and the things that we've talked about.
Yeah, for sure. Totally agree. What is your final love it?
I just liked Sokka getting his bike. That he, it was really funny because Maxwell was really confused when he got really excited seeing that pile of stuff,
Yeah, right.
and I was like, "That's so funny." Uh, but yeah,
So has he seen the whole show?
yeah.
Okay, I guess it's kind of just like a smaller part.
I don't think he hasn't seen Legend of Korra. Well, no, the bike is at the beginning of the movie. He explains the bike to the kids,
Oh,
and he's
okay.
like, "Why wouldn't you just airbend?" He's like, "No, everybody has airbending." But
Yeah.
yeah,
Right. Like, great. It's okay to be a non-bender. I love some of the stories there. Cool. Shall we rate it?
Sure.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10,
No, 0.
Sorry, 0 to 10. You're right. We're not gonna.
I think the show notes are
Spoiler.
wrong, though. I think we switched our scale to 0 to 5, didn't we?
Oh no, you're right. No,
I
or
think
was it the other way?
that's my fault on the show notes, which, that's some fun
No,
behind the scenes.
we used to do it 1 to 5 stars, but people asked us to give it kind of more of a
Oh, like a
Portnoy
percentage type of thing?
pizza rating.
Then maybe
Yeah,
you're right. Maybe it is 0 to 10 now. Maybe it used to be 0 to 5.
yeah,
You want to know mine?
yeah. How many oppas
I
out
think
of
this
10
is a
oppas?
10. I think this is the best movie I've seen in. I don't actually know. I actually think it's just. If you're going to take a group of people from a long-standing TV show and put them into a movie, make it matter for the lore, make like everything that it achieves, I just actually think it's a perfect film.
Mm.
I could be better, so I could rate it lower, but I think that would be selfish of me for what it does. I think that it is. I think it's a perfect film for what it is. I think there's a reason it has a 99% tomato score. I think it's perfect. I would give it a 10.
Awesome.
What about you?
I am going to give it a 9. I wish it was. I think having it be in theaters would have been great. I would have paid for
To be
that.
fair, I'm imagining that I saw this in theaters.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, it is obviously meant for the big screen.
And I've seen a lot of really good. Like I've seen Odyssey. I've seen Spider-Man recently. So it's hard to say that this is like the best thing I've ever.
That's not what I'm saying. I said it's a perfect
while.
film, not that it's the best film I've ever seen. Those are different things.
Sure. Yeah, you're right.
Good. Nine's a good score.
9 is a good score. Yeah.
Can you imagine if you saw this on the big screen? That would have been so pretty.
I know, it would have been so good. Oh, I'm just yearning for that. Maybe
cool.
we'll figure out.
There'll be a Fathom event that happens or something.
Sure, something like that, or like rent out a theater and figure out a way to get it.
How much is that? Can you do that?
I know you used to be able to do it during like COVID. We did it a couple times because my wife's family is just like so big that like it justified the cost.
You can rent out a theater. I know that. We've done it at work many times, but I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. Yeah. So something to definitely explore. So that is going to do it for today's episode. If people are looking to find you online, where can they do that?
Yeah, I got questions about this week about, Spencer, why do you like Threads so much?
I did see that from Adrian. Yeah.
And it's like, because it's non-toxic and people respond and you get to see the things that you like. You can literally curate like multiple styles of your feed based on your interests. Mm-hmm. It's amazing. You can find me on Threads at Spencer13H. I talk about life. I talk about nerd stuff. I talk about parenting. I talk about everything. Like it's the best social media site. You can also find me on Twitter at Heezy Game. You can find me every week on the Constructive Criticism podcast. What about you?
Paddy B MTG on most platforms. Patrick Boyle 386 on TikTok.
Nice.
Posted a singing one there yesterday, and
I didn't know that. Well. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's doing a few numbers.
Stroking yourself there. Let's go.
A little bit. It felt good to have that kind of take off. So, but Paddy B MTG on X, Blue Sky, Threads. Make sure you like and sub. Sharing the show with everyone really is like, I know we say this every time, but like it is one of the best things you could do if you enjoy the content or if you hate the content. Make sure you like and sub. Leave us a review on Spotify, and that'll do it today.
Bye.
Bye.